Welcome to the Healed Mind Therapy online course. I'm Amanda. I'm going to be your coach. I'm an RN psychotherapist. I have a private practice and I teach people how to change their lives by changing their thoughts to be able to have effect on their emotions and their behavior to become more vulnerable in the world. This practice that I've been doing, which within my own personal life and changing the way I think and feel so that I can have a deep sense of peace and love and non-resistance to life to allow more flow and um, joy in my life has translated into my private practice where I'm helping more and more people to achieve these levels of peace and kindness and love and non-conflict in their lives so that they can become invulnerable in the world. Now, what I've found is in my practice, I have been teaching the same things over and over again to wonderful people that have embraced these concepts and made incredible changes in their lives. So, what I brought into the course is all the things that I teach within psychotherapy private practice into an online course. So, this is in this venue, I'm considered a coach. So our psychotherapy is not practiced in this place, but I will be teaching you the skills that I do teach in RN psychotherapy private sessions. So, healed mind therapy is the type of therapy that you're going to be learning within this course. Healed mind therapy has three components to it. The first being cognitive behavioral therapy. So, cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the techniques that therapists use to help people to change. And cognitive behavioral therapy is changing the thoughts to have effect on their emotions and the behaviors. So, it's actually not the world that's causing you to suffer. It's not your finances. It's not your spouse. It's not your parents. It's not your car breaking down. It's not spilling of the blueberries on the floor. None of those things are causing you suffering, but rather your perception of those things that's causing you suffering. By changing the perception, by changing the thoughts, we have effect to be able to calm the body, the emotions, to change from anger, sadness, anxiety to thoughts that are in alignment with the truth, like that you're lovable, that you're worthy, that you're not. So CBT is shifting the thoughts. The second component of healed mind therapy is mindfulness and learning how to calm the body to be able to shift to a wise mind, to a higher level of consciousness. So within you is there's a voice that sounds a lot like me. That's very loving. That will remind you of the truth. Remind you of the truth that at our core, we're all innocent. We're all doing our best. We ultimately, when we behave in a way that's less than loving towards others, it's about what's not healed in us. To tap into that mind, then we have to calm the body. And to do that, we can activate the vagus nerve. We can do breath work. We can learn how to meditate. There's many ways in order to self-regulate our body chemically through different practices so that we can have that calm mind, so that we can shift to that higher level of consciousness that speaks love. Okay. And the third piece of healed mind therapy is the philosophy that backs it up. So, one of the things that traditionally is missing in cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavioral therapy, which cognitive behavioral therapy, like we already introduced, is the shifting of the thoughts. And DBT has the component of the mindfulness. So, it's actually much more effective than just the CBT when we use those two together, the CBT and the mindfulness. But what's missing in them is we don't have anywhere we're aiming. Where are we changing our thoughts to? What are we changing our thoughts to in relation to what does a healed mind look like? What thoughts are actually going to bring you peace? That's where the philosophy of healed mind therapy comes in. And these are the concepts that you're going to be learning in all of the lessons in this course. And these lessons are going to remind you of the truth that you are so lovable, that you are so worthy, and that you're always doing your best, and so is everybody else. Ultimately, change comes from a place of self love, not from self attack. And we have been raised and told that when we're hard on ourselves, that somehow is going to make us change. And temporarily, it can. But in order for us to have lasting change that's going to bring us the peace and the joy and not self-harming behaviors, it needs to be done from a place of love. So whether that's removing addictions from your life, changing from codependent relationships, whatever it might be, this is going to be the path to help you to change the thoughts, find stillness, and ground yourself so you can think with a higher mind, and then have the philosophy that's going to back up the transformation within you, that's going to resonate as true, that to be able to see the innocence in others, seeing that forgiveness or seeing that the attack is not real. People are either expressing love or a call for love. And that's the true nature of our reality. By correcting the thoughts with the healed mind philosophy, this is how you're going to transform your life into a life that you couldn't even imagine before this, or you've only had glimpses of temporarily. But when we release all grievances in our life, and it doesn't mean that the things that people have done in your life are okay, but what we're saying is it had nothing to do with you. When you no longer take other people's stuff personally and you instead take full responsibility for your own thoughts, emotions, and actions, release responsibility for everybody else's stuff. This is the place where we find deep sense of peace, joy, and we see actually anytime we get triggered or we're feeling unloved or any suffering that we have, it's a matter of our perception. These are all lessons for us to learn. So we're here to evolve our consciousness. We're here to choose peace. We're here to have suffering in order for the catalyst of change. And I'm here to guide you through that process. So in this course, there's going to be 24 lessons. There's going to be, so those are the philosophy. There's going to be 12 psych skills. So I'm going to teach you the skills of a psychotherapist, how to do cognitive behavioral therapy, how to do different worksheets, okay? How to understand addictions, physical and psychological, or chemical and psychological reasons for addiction. Those are some examples of our psych skills. And then there's going to be 12 self-regulation skills. So these are the skills that are going to be teaching how to do breath work, mirror work, affirmation, meditation, visual meditation, binaural beats, grounding, all of these things that are going to help you to be able to ground your body, to shift your mind towards the healed mind so that you can have more peace, love, less conflict, and more harmony in your relationships. And so that you can become somebody that truly chooses peace, or at least feels that they have the power to choose peace in every moment, regardless of what's happening inside themselves. To order to do the course, the next step is how to do it. You can do it however you want, whatever feels loving for you. Originally, I made this course a 6-month course, and that would be doing one lesson and one skill per week. So there's 6 blocks, and there's 4, so like basically 8 lessons or 8 videos in each block. So you could do one lesson and one skill per week. I wouldn't do it more like quicker than that, but you can actually just do whatever feels loving for you. You might find that you're called to certain lessons or certain skills right off the bat. Start there. Go wherever you're being pulled. If you're struggling with codependency, watch a video on what are you responsible for. If you're struggling with addiction, watch one videos on how to create change in your life, maybe motivational interviewing. So be exactly where you are. And then there's like a little green check mark that you can just check once you've watched the video, and it helps you keep track of what you've seen. And then feel free to just keep rewatching them whenever you want a refresher. And they'll be there for you as long as you remain in the course. The other thing I'd recommend is you getting a journal. So having a journal or a notebook or something that you can kind of write your notes and do your self-therapy in. So in a lot of the lessons, under the lessons or the psych skills, there's going to be things that you can write about. So it's going to ask you questions. It's like, it's just expand. Again, there's no homework, there's no obligations. You don't have to turn anything into me. You're doing this for you and for your peace. That's our goal. Our goal is your peace. So getting a journal, sitting down with it, working on these lessons. Now, the other component of Healed Mind Therapy online course is that we get to meet every week. Check the course calendar because it could change from where it starts. But there's going to be a Zoom call that we're going to have once a week with me. And in the Zoom call, we're going to have interactions, and we're going to be doing kind of like individual coaching regarding what's happening in your life. We're going to be looking at the shifts that we're making that are really positive, how people are navigating the skills that are in the course, as well as things that are triggering you, where you're getting stuck. This is going to give you the component that's going to feel a little bit more like what you get in private sessions of RN psychotherapy, where you're able to speak directly to me and the group, which, depending on the size, it's going to be a group of people that are like-minded, that are also on a compassionate path, that's going to hold non-judgment, and together we can help you to shift the perception. So there'll be a lot of teaching within these office hours by me, and as well as sometimes people who have a lot of experience or have been working with Healed Mind Therapy for a while. They may even be able to give you some support as well too. So at the bottom, after you see all the lessons with me, you're going to also see a whole bunch of office hours. Now, there are specific office hours that were recorded for each one of those weeks, or each one of the lessons that are in the course. So you can kind of navigate to see where those are at the bottom if you wanted to have one that had a little bit of that flavor. But really, people are bringing what's happening in their lives, where they're getting triggered, where they've noticed they've shifted and been able to choose peace. Office hours will only be in this course. So only people that are paying for the course will have access to the office hours. After office hours that we have, I will record it during session and then I will post it in that section of office hours. It will never be public. Office hours will never be public. So anything we're sharing in there, only people that are paying for the Healed Mind Therapy course will have access to those office hours. And that is, for your confidentiality, and just to allow for a smaller space for us to be able to share our hearts, and know that only people that are engaged in this practice, which is the path towards love and to on a higher level of consciousness where we can choose peace and we can choose love and we find that happiness actually comes from within us, not outside of us. So welcome to the course. Enjoy, follow your heart, go where you're pulled to, mark with the green check mark once you've completed it so that you mentally know where you are. Feel free to watch, rewatch, and come back to things, especially maybe the first time you watch it, you don't want to do the exercises. Come back another time. Do it at your leisure for as long as feels loving for you. And I hope you'll join me and the rest of the group in office hours, and check the calendar for that. And I look forward to seeing you. I wish you peace.